There are no vegan rapists in the prisons of the world. You go find me a vegan rapist. I'd love to hear about a story. I'll show you prisons around the world full of meat, dairy, and egg-eating rapists and child molesters and murderers and people that rob and steal. In fact, I'll even take it a step further when we talk about health. Go find me a hospital with a bunch of sick vegans in it. I'll show you hospitals full of people with heart disease, cancers, diabetes, osteoporosis, kidney problems, etc., all stemming from animal protein, the main cause of every major disease on this planet.
Welcome to the Cannabis Vegan. I'm Jason Logic. On today's show, we're going to be looking at free food and medicine. And one of my most favorite vegan masters, Marcus Rothkranz, as well as 50 unexpected benefits of cannabis you might not know. Also, a vegan master raw chocolate recipe. This and more on the Cannabis Vegan.
You have clothes on, and I notice that you have a cell phone and you have a computer. It is unfair to pick one thing that lions do that you want to mimic when you don't want to mimic anything else they do. When lions walk up and greet each other, they sniff each other's ass. When I came in this room, you did not kneel down and sniff my ass.
Most people have lost touch with reality and nature so much they have no clue what even the most common things are if they saw them in nature. To make my point, let's take some of the most common vegetables you come across every day in the grocery store and restaurants. Parsley, cilantro, celery, and carrots. Now you're going to immediately say, oh, come on, I know what those look like. Okay, here they are. One is carrot, one is celery, one is parsley, and one is cilantro. Oh, and let's throw in two deadly poisonous plants, water dropwort and poison hemlock. Okay, smarty pants, which is which? Did you know all these plants grow wild all over the world? These aren't just found in gardens. If you were in a survival situation, would you know which is which? Eat the wrong one and you'd die. But come on, are you telling me you don't know what celery, parsley, cilantro, and carrot looks like? Okay, let me help you a bit. Let me show you the flowers from these plants. Surely that'll help you tell the difference, right? Okay, here they are. One is parsley, one is cilantro, one is celery, and one is carrot. And two of them are the deadly water dropwort and poison hemlock. Okay, I'll give you a minute. Come on, you eat carrot, parsley, celery, and cilantro every day. Pretty amazing, isn't it? How much we've come to trust and rely on others to know this stuff for us. The sad part is this stuff grows quite abundantly all around us, but nobody knows anymore what's what. There's so much free food and medicine growing around our homes and neighborhoods, but nobody has any clue. We know the difference between one junk food and another, but not the good stuff, the stuff we should be eating. That's why I wrote the book, The Free Food and Medicine Worldwide Edible Plant Guide. This is a book every household should have no matter what. You need to know this stuff. This is one of the first things we should be taught for living on planet Earth. This is so important for so many reasons. And it doesn't matter where you live on Earth. This book is for you. You need to know this. Almost all medicine is made from plants. What plants have been used historically for diabetes, arthritis, heart disease, hair loss, poor vision, digestive issues, colon and bowel problems? Many of them are common weeds growing right there in your yard. They cost nothing. They're growing there for free. You just have to know what's what. And knowing the difference could really help your life in so many ways. Okay, figure it out? Here are the answers. But you just can't tell by the shape of the leaf or the flowers. There are so many other factors that help you know the difference, and once you know them, it becomes like second nature to you. That's why you need to get this book. 480 pages, over 2,500 images, weighing almost 2 pounds, but still small enough to take outside with you. This is a serious book I suggest you get as soon as possible. It also makes a great gift for those you really care about. At least tell them about it. The Free Food and Medicine Worldwide Edible Plant Guide. You can get it at freefoodandmedicine.com.
Imagine a world we could live in, taking seeds and the minds of our children, and these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world. Imagine a world we could live in, taking seeds and the minds of our children, and these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can save the world.
Alright guys, taking a look at our next story, from 420intel.com. This story particularly caught my eye because there's so much going on with the new year approaching us, just moments away on January 4th. So many things are changing as far as tax sales going on cannabis sales, on recreational, things like that. And I really was trying to take note of how each state is going to delegate being able to stock up so fast and with so many people looking forward to really basically buy it out instantly. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. It's very interesting to see what people are doing and also what we might be able to do as we prepare for the future with the cannabis revolution. Let's take a look.
Now we're talking about marijuana. Marijuana buyers looking for a bargain may want to stock up before next week. That's when medical marijuana dispensaries will be required to collect a 25% tax on recreational pot sales starting January 4th.
It's going to be a nice shock to the system when the people that don't know come in and get that rise in price that they're not expecting.
People with medical marijuana cards won't have to pay the tax, and they'll also be able to buy larger quantities. And when the OLCC-regulated stores begin popping up next year, those sales will only require a 17% tax, plus a possible 3% could be charged by local cities and counties. Other changes coming. By the end of next year, you won't be able to buy recreational pot at a medical marijuana dispensary. There will be separate shops for both purposes.
Well, guys, as you can clearly see, we really are pushing forward. And I just wanted to share this with you because it really is showing what really we have to look forward to. And there's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way, and we're going to have to definitely tighten and change some situations as we can clearly see before it even really begins. So just take a look. I encourage you guys as we push forward in the Cannabis Vegan.
There are plants whose properties defy science. Their powers are legendary, and they are incredibly difficult to find in the modern world. Until now. 4 new products are now being released, made from the most powerful plants found on planet Earth. Plants that help raise our body's levels of human growth hormone, HGH, known to help reverse the aging process. Plants containing the astoundingly powerful cancer fighter B17. Plants that create nitric oxide, which is jet fuel for bodybuilders. Methyl donors that help reverse DNA damage and helps our genetic switches remember where they should be. Powerful adaptogens that rebuild your adrenals that have been burned out from stress. Plants that help you sleep better. Plants that rebuild your hormones at night when you sleep. Plants that boost your energy levels like never before. Plants that protect your heart, clear your lungs, your digestive tract, your liver, and your kidneys. Plants that synergistically help rebuild collagen in the skin and strengthen the bones. These formulas contain the highest, most absorbable sources of raw vegan protein found anywhere on the planet. The largest, most powerful animals on Earth are plant eaters. They are also the longest living. Most fruits and vegetables available in stores nowadays is grown in severely depleted soil, and they are very shallow roots. Wild plants don't get watered, so they grow roots hundreds of feet deep, pulling up nutrients from deep in the ground that farm plants never do, making them the most powerful nutrient-rich plants worldwide. They are survivors. If you want to survive in today's world, you need this power. Some of these plants grow 50 feet in 1 year. Harness their incredible strength. Some of the plants in these formulas are being harvested for the first time ever anywhere. Years of intense study, testing, and research went into these formulas. Even taste was important, because if it tastes good, people will keep taking it. This is for people who are serious and want the best ingredients hand-picked from all over the world. Even those eating nothing but fruits, vegetables, and greens should take these formulas because nothing beats the nutrients, minerals, phytonutrients, cofactors, and sheer power found in wild renegade plants. These weren't picked unripe in dead farm soil. They were sustainably harvested in their prime and powdered with the latest technology locking in their power. After years of research, it gives me great pleasure to announce the Wild Force product line, developed by me, Marcus Rothkranz, author of the book and documentary Free Food and Medicine. Feel the difference. Now.
Imagine a world we could live in, Planting seeds in the minds of our children. And these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can heal the world. Imagine the world we could live in. Planting seeds in the minds of our children. And these trees and grow a solution. Hemp can save the world.
Hey everyone, Mark is here today. Kara's behind the camera today. Say hi. Today I'm going to show you a recipe from the cookbook, and it's one of my favorites. Matter of fact, I'm showing you this because I'm craving it so much. I ran out the other day and I got to make more because I eat this every day. Yeah, I call it freezer chocolate. The reason is it's made in the freezer. It's the simplest, easiest, most amazing chocolate you could ever make, and it's so easy and it's so fast. There's no machinery necessary, no blenders, no nothing. You just mix in the bowl and you're done. Here's the main ingredients. It's 1 cup of cacao powder. And I personally like this stuff here, the Nativas. There's some other brands out there that are kind of more crude and they don't taste as good. There's this brand, and the brand actually makes a difference. This one is one of my favorites. I suggest you get this one. And also a 1/4 cup of carob powder. Carob is really, it's kind of in the chocolate family. I use carob because it helps mellow out, smooth out the bitterness of the chocolate, because pure chocolate's kind of bitter. Okay, and then we have a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, which is our favorite sweetener. It's actually better for you than anything else that we found out. It's really high in minerals. Even though it's been heated in the process, it's still one of the best, most healthiest sweeteners you can get, and we've gone through all of them. And it's actually good for diabetics too, unless you don't go crazy with it. Next is a 1/4 cup of cashew butter. My favorite brand is Artisana. This stuff is like liquid silk. It's so good. This is the best cashew butter I've ever had. 1/2 cup of coconut oil. Now, this is important that it's in liquid state. Coconut oil turns like water, like clear water at room temperature, which is like 76 degrees. If it's colder in the wintertime, it turns into white stuff like this. It turns white and hard. Now, this is the difference between healthy oils and unhealthy oils. The chocolate you buy in the store, it's hard in a candy bar because it's hydrogenated. That means they've done something to the oil that's unnatural that makes it stay hard at room temperature, and even higher than that. It's kind of hard to melt that stuff. So if you get that in your body, it stays hard in your body. This stuff, coconut oil, this is what it's like inside your body. It's a clear liquid. And so it will never get hard inside you. The good fats help get rid of the bad fats in your body. This is really good for you. Farmers actually fed coconut oil to their cows a while ago, trying to fatten them up. And the cows got really skinny and lean and healthier. Don't think that oils or fats make you fat all the time. Good ones actually help you lose weight if you do it right. So this chocolate, it can actually help you lose weight and makes you feel good. And finally, we have 1 teaspoon of vanilla without the alcohol in it. Okay, so that's it. Here's our ingredients. This is it. We're ready to go. Now, before we dump it all together in a bowl, notice the carob and the cacao or chocolate powder has lumps in it. It's lumpy. You don't want those lumps. To really get the good experience of beautiful, silky, smooth chocolate, you want to get those lumps out. So I get one of these things. It's a sifter. I mean, you can use a really fine sifter like this, but once I got this thing, oh, it's so great. This thing is great. So you put it in here. And then this really fine powder comes out. And this is really great also for when you make desserts that have like a nice dusting of something on top. This is like the way to do it. And the carob. You can see the bumps in there. This is, you don't want that in your chocolate. So break it down. Okay. That was probably the most difficult part of the whole thing. All right, here we go. Maple syrup. Cashew butter. Coconut oil. and a teaspoon of vanilla. All right, let the mixing begin. Okay, so here we have our chocolate. It's ready to go. You can eat it just the way it is now if you want. Or if you put it in the freezer, it'll get hard, which is kind of the point of this whole video. So while the chocolate's in its liquid state, it's perfect time to make some chocolate-covered strawberries. You just dunk some strawberries in the chocolate like this, and you lay them on a plate. So there you go. Chocolate-covered strawberries. All you gotta do is put them in the freezer for about 10 minutes, and they're ready to go. No longer than 45. If you can't get organic fruit, put them in a bowl of water with some hydrogen peroxide for a minute or two. If you're wondering if hydrogen peroxide actually does neutralize toxins and strip things off, we left some of it too long on this one batch of strawberries here. It actually is stripping the red off the strawberries. That's how powerful this stuff is. Look at this. The red is actually being taken off of the strawberry. So yes, hydrogen peroxide is very powerful. Mix it with some water and soak only for like a minute at the most, minute or two. We left this for like 10, 15 minutes. It's stripping the color off the fruit. So anyway, if you can't get organic, that's this little cute little trick you can do to really protect yourself. So now we make the marzipan, which is basically ground up almonds, ground up in a coffee grinder, and 1.5 cups of that, and 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. The traditional color is basically using blanched almonds, but you can use whole almonds with the skins. It just looks a little dirtier, but tastes the same. Anyway, marzipan is a great accompaniment to chocolate. So you just mix these two things together, and you can do it by hand, but I'm going to use a food processor just to speed things up. Hey, the camera person keeps licking the chocolate. Stop it. I'm telling you, this stuff is so addictive. It's so good. Stop it. Stop it. There won't be anything left to make a recipe. You get some of these paper baking cups, and you fill it up with chocolate. And then you take some of this marzipan, you make a little, like about that much, like the size of a grape. You flatten it a little bit, and then you just plop it in the middle like that. Let's make a little tiny one. Now if you want to make the marzipan the center of a chocolate covered thing where it's covered on top, then you put the ball in there, and then you totally cover it with the chocolate. So then you have it's chocolate all around with an almond marzipan center. If you use nut butter instead of marzipan, you can make your own healthy version of a Reese's peanut butter cup. If you let it sit for a little while at room temperature, you'll notice the liquid oil naturally smooths it out on its own. I've been making this chocolate for 10 years. This is my favorite personal chocolate. The thing about freezer chocolate is it's so fast. Like within 1 hour, you open the fridge, it's ready to go. It's hard. There's no cooking, no baking. There's no dairy, nothing bad for you at all in this. This is probably one of the healthiest chocolate treats you could ever make. If you're like sugar sensitive or you don't like a lot of sweetness, then you can obviously put less maple syrup in the marzipan or the chocolate. It's up to you. I love the colors. I like the way this whole thing looks. And then you take these and put them in the freezer. while we're here, let's look at the chocolate-covered strawberries. They look great. They're done. They're done. It's only been, what, like 10 minutes? And the chocolate's already hard. This is ready to go. 10 minutes is all you need. Don't leave them any longer than 45 or the strawberries turn into ice. This is perfect. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. Let's see what our little jewels are doing. Perfect. So, look at that. Hard chocolate. Put a little bit of oil on the plate so they come off okay. Don't leave this in the freezer for more than half an hour or the strawberry is going to go turn into ice, which you don't want. So just long enough to make the chocolate get somewhat hard. So there you have what I personally make myself and eat every day as a treat. This stuff, I've been making this for years. I love it. It's so good. And it's so neat that I grew up eating marzipan as a kid in Germany in the 60s, and I now can eat the healthy version of it. And the chocolate, and you can eat the same foods you've eaten your whole life, and we're going to show you how to make healthy versions of it. If you want to share this video with your friends, send them to freezerchocolate.com and they'll see the video. We've got a special website for our favorite recipes. This one's freezerchocolate.com, and of course you can get the cookbook at gourmetuncookbook.com. Stay tuned for more fun, amazing, super healthy, easy, simple recipes that could possibly change your life. Thank you. Here.
You put a 2-year-old child in a crib with a bunny rabbit and an apple? Let me know when the child eats the bunny rabbit and plays with the apple. And I notice that you have a cell phone, you have a computer. It is unfair to pick one thing that lions do that you want to mimic when you don't want to mimic anything else they do. When lions walk up and greet each other, they snip each other's ass. When I came in this room, you did not kneel down and sniff my ass.